Hello everyone, welcome to my live 2D model tour. This is going to be part 1 out of 2, and I'm starting out in Clip Studio Paint just because I think it's sort of helpful to see how the original art file is laid out, because I can tell you I had no idea what I was doing when I first started using this program. So here is my artwork that I'm going to be turning into a live 2D model. Well, I can't, not even turning into, I've already done it, but so here's the artwork that I used. I drew it in Procreate. I do not recommend doing that, however, just because Procreate limits the amount of layers you can have in your document, which is a definite downfall when you're making a live 2D model because you're going to have a lot of layers, like easily over 100, maybe even more if you want a really posable model. So I would definitely suggest just drawing it in Clip Studio Paint, Photoshop, whatever program you got accessible, as long as it can handle a lot of layers. In addition to that, Procreate, there's an additional step that's involved that where you have to transfer your art file with the layers intact to your laptop for use with Live 2D, which obviously if you did that in like Photoshop, you wouldn't have to do that because it's already on your laptop or your desktop. Um, so here is my model. You can see it just looks like a drawing of a figure at the moment, but each part is a different layer. Some of these parts get very complicated, like here we have the eye. I have the highlight as one layer and the pupil as one layer. You have to divide it by left and right as well, because otherwise it'll be really hard to animate later on. So we have the eyes, the eye whites for both sides. Above that we got the eyelids. Oh, that's the highlight, lower eyelids, yeah. So there's my face. I saw someone compare a live 2D model illustration to a Figma, and I thought that was a really neat analogy just because in a traditional illustration, you just draw what's seen. You don't need to move it at all. While a live 2D model, if I wanted to say raise the arm or whatever, you have to draw like underneath it. You have to draw the joint. You got to account for all that stuff. So it's helpful to think of it like an action figure almost because you have to have different joints where you want things to move. So like we have the hands, we got this would be like a joint, I guess, that I can move. Obviously not like that, but you can move it, just showing that. Um so yeah, this is my document. I would not recommend taking organizational cues from me because I am the least organized person on the planet, and I'm sure there's a much more convenient, much more accessible way to lay out your layers, I guess. So do whatever works for you. Don't follow my lead because you will be very confused like I am. And I guess that's it. You can see here's the braids, the scarf tail, the scarf back. And I guess that's pretty much it for this part of the tutorial. So I'll see you guys in the next part.